The medical bay of the Coalition starship Harmony's Edge hummed with the quiet efficiency of advanced xenotechnology. Lieutenant Marcus Webb stood at attention outside the quarantine chamber. His combat armor still scored with plasma burns from the skirmish on Kepler 442b. Inside the transparent barrier, a Valerian woman lay dying. Her name was Sira, and she was beautiful in the way all Valerians were, ethereal with translucent skin that shimmered like mother of pearl and large, luminous eyes that held galaxies within them. But now those eyes were dimming, her chest rising and falling in shallow, desperate breaths. Her homeworld was attacked 3 cycles ago, Dr. Yenish explained, his forearms gesturing at the holographic displays. The Crithian physician's mandibles clicked with distress. The Valerians evolved on a low-gravity world with minimal radiation. Their immune systems are delicate. The spores from the Zerothian bioweapon have infiltrated her cellular structure. Without a transfusion of compatible plasma proteins, she will expire within the hour. Marcus watched Sira's frail form through the barrier. She couldn't have weighed more than 90 pounds in Earth gravity. Her people were scholars, artists, diplomats, not soldiers. They had no business being caught in this war. What about synthetic alternatives? Marcus asked. Dr. Yenish's eye stalks drooped. We've tried 17 different formulations. All rejected. The Zerothian weapon specifically targets non-aggressive species. It's designed to eliminate the peaceful and leave the warriors to fight amongst themselves. The doctor's voice carried the weight of profound exhaustion. In all my years of xenomedicine, I have never encountered such calculated cruelty. Run my blood, Marcus said suddenly. The medical bay fell silent. Even the monitoring equipment seemed to pause. Lieutenant, human biology is notoriously incompatible with run my blood. Dr. Yenish hesitated, then extended one of his arms. The medical scanner hummed as it analyzed the sample from Marcus's finger. The holographic display erupted with data, scrolling faster than Marcus could follow. Then it stopped. Dr. Yenish's eye stalks shot upward in what Marcus had learned was the Crithian equivalent of shock. This is impossible, the doctor whispered. Your hemoglobin, your plasma proteins, your antibodies, they're aggressive enough to attack the Zerothian spores. But Lieutenant, human blood is extremely dense. The transfusion could kill her just as surely as the disease. Filter it, dilute it. Do whatever you need to do, Doc, but we're not letting her die. Why? The question came from Captain Jorik, who had just entered the medical bay. The Draknari warrior's scales gleamed under the lights, and his vertical pupils fixed on Marcus with predatory intensity. She is not your species. Not your responsibility. Why risk medical complications for one Valerian? Marcus looked at Sira again. Through the barrier, her eyes met his, those vast cosmic eyes that had seen her entire world burn. In them, he saw the same thing he'd seen in countless human eyes during the war, the desperate, unspoken plea of someone who wasn't ready to give up, who still had something to live for. Because she deserves a chance, Marcus said simply. Isn't that what we're fighting for? Captain Jorik's membrane nictated across his eyes, a gesture of acknowledgement, if not understanding. The procedure took 47 minutes. Dr. Yenish worked with the precision of a master craftsman, filtering Marcus's blood through a series of specialized membranes, reducing the density while preserving the aggressive antibodies that might combat the Zerothian weapon. Marcus watched the crimson fluid flow from his arm into the sophisticated medical apparatus, feeling lightheaded but refusing to look away. When the filtered solution finally entered Sira's body through the IV line, her reaction was immediate and dramatic. Her eyes widened and her entire form began to glow with a soft pulsing light. The monitoring equipment chirped urgently as her vital signs spiked, then stabilized, then actually began to improve. The spores are retreating, Dr. Yenish announced, his voice filled with wonder. Her cellular structure is regenerating. Lieutenant, your blood isn't just fighting the infection, it's teaching her immune system how to fight. Marcus swayed slightly, and a nurse, a gentle Valerian with too many tentacles, guided him to a chair. Through increasingly blurry vision, he watched Sira's color return, watched her breathing deepen and steady. 2 hours later, when Marcus finally regained enough strength to stand, he found Sira awake and sitting up in her medical bed. The quarantine barrier had been lowered. She looked at him with those cosmic eyes now bright with life and something else, something that might have been reverence or might have been fear. You gave me your blood, she said in perfect coalition standard. though her voice was musical, like wind chimes in a gentle breeze. I felt it enter me. It was violent, like fire in my veins. Your species must live in constant pain. Marcus shook his head. We just live, ma'am. Same as you. No. Sierra extended one delicate hand, studying it as if seeing it for the first time. Not the same. I accessed your species' database while recovering. Humans evolved on a death world. Your gravity is crushing. Your sun bombards you with radiation. Your atmosphere once lacked oxygen entirely, and your ancestors created it through sheer biological audacity. Your bodies are weapons wrapped in flesh. She looked at him again, and now he could identify the emotion in her eyes. Awe. You gave me a piece of yourself, a piece that fights, that refuses to surrender, that turns aggression into survival. Do you understand what you've done? You didn't just save my life, Lieutenant Webb. You showed me what it means to be human, to face death and say, not today, to help someone not because it's logical or safe, but because it's right. Marcus felt uncomfortable with the intensity of her gratitude. I just did what anyone would do. No, Sierra said softly, her voice carrying the authority of someone who had studied 1,000 species across 1,000 worlds. You did what a human would do, and perhaps that's what this galaxy needs most. As Marcus left the medical bay, he passed Captain Jorik in the corridor. The Dreknari warrior placed one clawed hand on Marcus's shoulder, a gesture of respect among his people. The Valerians will remember this, Zorik said, as will I. Marcus nodded and continued to his quarters, exhausted but satisfied. Behind him in the medical bay, Sierra placed her hand over her heart, feeling the echo of human blood flowing through her veins, carrying with it the indomitable will to survive, and she smiled.